Hey Retro fans, welcome to another episode of Retro Gaming Memories. In this episode I'm going to do a little sort of pickups video. I've got a couple of games through the mail which I'll show you in a second. So I thought we'd do a little sort of look at and some gameplay stuff, because these are games that I've not played or not played for a long time. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. The first game is Venture. Now I've never played this. It was originally a ColecoVision game, and I never had a ColecoVision back in the day. But yeah, so Venture, I don't actually know that much about it. I had a quick look when I was buying it. I had a quick look at some screenshots and things, and it looked kind of berserkish. But I thought, you know what, we'll give it a go. Everybody seemed to, I put pictures of this up on Atari Age, on the Atari Age Facebook site, and people seemed to say, oh, you know, it's a cracking game, you'll enjoy it. So yeah, so Venture's the first one, and like I say, never played it, so don't know what to expect, but we'll do a little gameplay video. You'll see me playing it for the first time, and we'll have a look and see what it's like. So the next game is Superman. It's the text label one. Now, the last time I played Superman was 30 odd years ago, when it would, I think from research it seems to have been kind of like about 1979 it came out, which is a very early game for that. But I don't know if it was that early, but it would have been later than that I played it, because I didn't get my Atari till about 1981, I think. I never owned Superman. I used to rent it from the video shop that I used to rent games from, and I didn't really understand it at the time. You know, I flew about and thought it was great that you could change in the little phone box from memory. Now, like I say, I've not played this for 30 odd years, so I can't remember anything about it. I can't remember if it's good or if it's frustrating or whatever. Again, we're going to do a little gameplay video and have a look at it. I'm going to download the manuals for these games, because obviously they're just cartridge only. I'll download the manuals so I've got a vague idea of what's going on, rather than just kind of aimlessly stoating about, and we'll see what happens. So the last game is a game that I've never played. I think it's based, if not a straight port, I'm not sure, of an Intellivision game. But anyway, this is Astral Blast. Now this is complete with instructions. I'll dig it out quickly. Come on. The cartridge is stuck in the box, which is great, isn't it? There we go. So yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen a Telegames cartridge, and it's a kind of glossy silver label. The cartridge is in really nice condition, I have to say. But yeah, and it's got these two bizarre slots in the back of it that you can kind of see through. So yeah, Astral Blast. The instruction manual is, I don't know if, was this a later game? Doesn't really say when it was released, but yeah, the manual is just a bit of paper. So slightly disappointing compared to the Atari manuals. Certainly the early Atari manuals, which were kind of nice, colourful, but you know, it does the job, tells you how to play the game. And interestingly, you can play this with the paddles or the joystick, so we'll be giving both of those a go to see which is best. Again, I've never played it. I'm just aware of it being an Intellivision game. It looks kind of like Space Invaders meets Asteroids, I think. I've no idea, but again, we'll have a little look together and see what we think. So I'm going to set the camera up slightly differently, so you can see me and the Atari and the TV and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully it will be alright. We'll give it a slightly different go and see what we think. So yeah, let's swap over. Okay, so we're good to go. I've got the Atari set up, and I thought we'd start with Venture. So like I say, I've never played this. It looks very very berserk, kind of Pac-Man-ish. I do have the manual here, so let's have a look. So it's this is an HTML manual of the manual. And the first line in it says, "There's a drawing of Winky caught in a coil of snakes." Fair enough. So over the past few weeks, professional dungeon hunters have been to... Blah, blah, blah. So it's, yeah, it's the story of treasure hunters in a dungeon. That old chestnut. The only hero for the job is Winky, trademark, whoever Winky was. So getting started, plug it in, blah blah blah. Skill level 1, left B, right B. Right, so we'll start off on easy. Press reset to start the game. So blah blah blah, you move, fire. I can't get over that the main character's called Winky. If you die, you lose a Winky. Indeed. So, yeah, so you basically have to... It seems like this is a grand chamber, an overview type thing. You have to go into, I presume, each room. So that's a score. This is the number of Winkies I have left. So, without further ado, let's make sure there's some volume on the TV. And we'll dive straight in. Where am I? Oh! I'm a dot. That's me. That's my Winky. It's very small. Oh, right, okay. I look like Evil Otto. Do these guys shoot at you or do they just chase you? Alright, I have a direction indicator, that's quite cool. Oh! Oh, that's my gun, right, I see. Ah. Can we shoot that? Is this a... Right, that's treasure, okay. Oh, missed. Was that the bad guy? I don't know. Ooh. So it's very berserk. Sounds like berserk. You look like Evil Otto. The fact that you shoot that laser gun kind of noise sounds very very berserk. So see if pick up the treasure. There we go. Is the bad guy going to come and get me again? I don't know. Can we? Alright, so unlike Berserk, you can touch the walls. Hey, where am I? Here I am, right, okay. Okay, so... go away. Let me clear that out before the bad guy comes. There we go. Go this way. So you can't go off the top of the map. It doesn't. You're stuck in the boundaries. Oh, bad guy, go away. I think if these green guys touch you, you're dead. So let's just. Oh. Right, hang on. So you can't shoot in this room, and I'm presuming these things are bad. So I can't move now. What's happened there then? Oh, right, okay, new level. Run away for the ghost. I don't know if this will come up on camera, but I am a dot at this point. So you can touch the walls and all that. It doesn't rotate. It doesn't. If you go off there, it doesn't come through the other side. Oh. Go away. Go away. So I'm presuming that it's a better idea to kill all the nasties in a room before you leave, otherwise that one of these things will come in and get you and you'll just give yourself lots of hassle. did wonder that. If once you've killed something, the thing that's left on screen, if you touch that, you die, obviously. So anyway, that's pretty cool. I quite like this. Let's turn the volume off for a minute. It's a very loud game. I've not heard a game as loud as this in Centipede, but no, I quite like this. There's a bit of depth to it. I like that it's not just one maze. I wasn't sure. The manual kind of says that when you complete the maze, that it will give you harder dungeons and all that kind of stuff. And I presumed that it was just going to be the same, but with faster beasties or whatever. But it seems to have different levels, so I don't know how many levels are actually in the game. But I quite like this. It's a pretty good game, yeah. Nice mix of sort of Pac-Man, Attic Attack, Berserk, all sorts of things. So yeah, quite like that one. So we'll go for Superman next. There it is. And all its black and blue glory now. Because it's been so long since I've played this, I have obviously downloaded the manual for this. So let's have a quick look at the Superman manual. I do love that these original instruction manuals told you to hold the joystick with the button up to the top left so you were holding it the right way. Some of them, yeah, actually says top on the joystick as well. So here's Superman receiving a tip on a bomb. Right, bomb threatened Metropolis. Okay. Lex Luthor's got a helipack. Lois Lane's in a helicopter. Blah, blah, blah. Lex Luthor's a bad man. He's destroyed Memorial Bridge, wherever that is. And he's dropping kryptonite on your head. So, timer. So this seems to be a timer. I presume that's essentially your score. The quicker you do it, the better. It says there's markers that'll appear up here. So I don't know. I presume that'll be maybe sort of a bit like the AT-ATs. It will show you how far away something is, I presume. So you have to put all the crooks behind bars and rebuild the bridge, change back into Clark Kent and go to Daily Planet in the shortest amount of time. You can enter the Metropolis subway system through the doorway in any of the 4 subway stations. Okay. So there's a little map thing here showing you how the screens interconnect. Doesn't make much sense to me. It might when we start playing. So, X-ray vision. Alright, so you can see into any of the 4 adjoining screens, okay. So in A position, kryptonite satellites will go after you twice as fast, so right, so both difficulty switches. In the B position for the easy game, we'll start off with the easy game. Oh, right. Oh, let's put some sound on as well, that would be good, wouldn't it? So, let's start that again. So as soon as you start the game, he flies down. I didn't do that. So, okay. So this is the intro sequence with Lex Luthor blowing up the bridge. And all the bad it's very, very loud. So yeah, so this is the bad guys. I think the big one's Lex Luthor, and Lois Lane is kicking about in her helicopter, just being a pain probably, I don't know. So, back in here, there we go, alright, so, it's a very loud game. So, moving when he's on the floor just walks him about. If you push up, when you're at sort of rooftop level, you'll start flying. Pressing the button and moving left, right, up or down gives you that X-ray vision. So I know that Lex Luthor and whatnot's next. So I need to find the jail to drop this guy into. Very loud. loud game. So yeah, it's a very, very loud game. I'm not going to play this too much. It's probably a good game once you get into it. It's a bit loud. I've got the TV up quite loud so that the phone will pick up the sound. It's actually a bit too loud to play it comfortably. It looks quite impressive for you know, a 1979 game or whatever it was, and I'm sure there's good depth to it. It's a bit like Pitfall though, where certain screens, you know, you have to think about the map and all that kind of stuff, which was really advanced for the time, but that screws with my head, so I'll need to sit and figure it out, and that would be really boring to watch on camera, so I'm sure this is probably boring enough for you. But so we'll leave this one just now. Well, there's a bit of the bridge, you need to pick up the bridge and put it all back together as well. So there's lots of elements to it, so I think it's probably got good depth, and it's quite nice, you know. Superman, there's Lex Luthor, Superman flying about and all that kind of stuff's pretty good, but yeah, we'll see. I'll try that again off camera and see what we think. I might do a proper gameplay later on once I learn how to play it. It's a bit like E.T. If you don't really understand what you're doing, then it's a rubbish game, but once you get a grip for what you're doing, you know, it'll be not bad. So anyway, let's try the last one, which is Astral Blast. And that's really going to annoy my OCD, because when you put the cartridge in, normally when you put cartridges in, the label's the right way up. Astral Blast, when you put it in, the label's upside down. That's really annoying. First world problems, eh? Right, so, I should really read the instructions, which I've got sitting just here. So, let's switch it on and have a look at it. So if I didn't know better, I would say that looks more like Defender than anything else, but hit as many falling, fast-moving targets as you can. Move your laser base to avoid being hit yourself. Keep shooting as long as your bases last, and try for a good peak score. You start with 10 laser defense bases and everything's falling at you. Guided missiles and all sorts. So basically you just have to shoot everything. Use your joystick left and right to press fire. Fire to shoot or hold for repeat firing. That's pretty good. So set the right difficulty switch to B to play the game at a regular speed, A to play at an accelerated speed. Set left switch A for manual firing and B for set the left switch to B for manual firing and A for automatic firing. Let's try it at B first and we'll see how we go. It says you can switch them in game. Press the reset switch and then press the controller button and just basically shoot everything. So yeah, let's just go for it, eh? Put some sound on. So we'll both are at B just now. I can change this. I can change the difficulty switch to go into rapid firing. So let's see what happens. Put the volume on, you silly sod. There we go. There's my bass, right? Oh, I thought I was going to get that. That's quite a nice explosion animation. I like that. So yeah, very Asteroids. When you shoot the big things, they split up into bits. So okay, let's try again. So what's quite nice is that you get points obviously for shooting things, but when the rocks and stuff hit the deck, it takes your score down, which is quite a nice mechanic. I quite like that. I like the little explosion animation when your ship gets hit. That's pretty cool. Quite like that. And obviously I suck at this. interesting is to swap over to the paddle controller, because it says you can use the paddle controllers with this. So I'm going to do that. Let's do that. Let's do a little jump cut. Okay, so I've plugged the paddle controllers in. I've no idea which one it actually uses, so we'll need to kind of start it and just hope for the best. So let's see. So it's not that one, because you press the fire button to actually start the round. So let's see. Whoa! I think my paddle controller might be slightly dodgy. There we go. So straight away I've noticed that apart from my paddle controller not having been used for a few years, which is why it's kind of jittering a little bit, that's nothing to do with the game, it's just that my paddle controllers are needing a little bit of maintenance, I think. But once it's kind of worked out the little kinks in the paddle controller, it plays a lot better with better with the paddle controller. I wish I could talk. It plays a lot better with the paddle controller. I find myself going for rocks that are over the other side of the screen, whereas with the joystick, it's because it's slightly slower, I presume, or it certainly feels slower. This you can just jump to each side of the screen, so it's actually a lot faster and better. So for Astral Blast, I would definitely recommend the paddle controllers. It seems to be, I mean, this, don't know if this was an arcade game, but certainly it would have been really good if it was played with a spinner or something. I don't know if it was or whatever, but certainly the paddle controllers are the way forward for it. It's pretty cool. So yeah, anyway, that's probably going to do it, because sitting watching me playing games is probably going to be really boring. And I'm really hoping that I've framed this up right, otherwise you're just going to see my mouth talking. And so I'm hoping that I'm in frame. I did kind of half check it before I started all this, but yeah, we'll see what it looks like. But I hope you've enjoyed this. If you want to see other gameplay videos or whatever, or thoughts on things, then drop me comments and let me know. Let me know what you'd like to see, and yeah, we'll give it a go. If there's any games that you recommend that maybe, you know, lesser well-known games, then let me know, and I'll see if I can pick them up and give them a go. I do have an Atari collection video that I did prior to buying these, unfortunately, but you can have a look at that and see what games I've got, and see if you can recommend anything or any other systems. But yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.